The Ducks and Bruins, the first of two this season, and they only won at Honda Center. Time for tonight's Honda Keys to the Game, and for those, we go to the Ducks bench. It's Kent and Trent.
Johnny, thank you very much. Trent, you've been looking for that 60-minute effort over the last several hockey games. How do you make sure you find that effort tonight against the Bruins?
Well, obviously get the first 20 and start getting back to our game, not worrying about anybody else, breaking out clean and playing well defensively.
Trent, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny, back to you.
Thank you, Kent. The referees for tonight's game is assigned by the National Hockey League are Chris Lee and Dan O'Rourke, the linesman Tony Saracolo and Ryan Galloway. And you get a look at the starting netminders. Tuukka Rask, all he did is win the Vezina last season for the Bruins. And for the 13th straight game, it's Freddie Anderson between the pipes for the Ducks.
The Ducks are going to need to get traffic in front of Rask. He is a superlative athlete.
12th straight start for Anderson as Devontae Smith-Pelly, who begins the game at center, rims it around the boards, and Cogliano sends it back. It's Lindholm whose pass up the boards makes it to Cogliano, middle of the ice. It's Smith-Pelly, caught on the back check, though, by Bergeron, who swats it away.
A little bit of an adjustment from Bruce Boudreau with Devontae Smith-Pelly centering Silverberg and Cogliano in tonight's game.
Good forecheck from the Ducks, and they create a turnover. Smith-Pelly got it from Silverberg, and he missed Cogliano in the slot. Back comes the youngster, 18-year-old David Pastrnak, and his pass across is well off the mark. Cogliano trying to angle it ahead, and he does get it to Perry. Bad angle shot, and squeezing the pads. Rask holds on.
Well, the Bruins are a much easier opponent to play against, of course, without their captain, Zdeno Chara, in the lineup. But John Tavares knee-to-knee contact between he and Chara, and it is a PCL injury, a very rare injury that has sidelined the Bruins captain. He's missing game number 16. They're not the same team without him. He missed only 11 games in his first 8 seasons that he spent in a Bruins uniform. So they're learning how to play without the big fella.
Puck knuckles to Rask off the face-off, and the Bruins forced to clear. One of the things you talk to people around this team is they say, without Chara, the Bruins are spending a lot more time in the defensive zone. No Adam McQuaid tonight. We talked about it in the pregame, Brian. No Johnny Boychuk either. The Bruins, much like the Ducks, are asking a lot from some young defensemen.
Yeah, the Boychuk, of course, they dealt during the part of the start of the regular season. McQuaid's also a big, tough hombre, and we know what Zdeno Chara is. So they're missing a lot of the sandpaper in and around their own goal crease. They're forced to play the game a little bit differently.
We saw young Torrey Krug out there. He's got the puck right now. They also put another young defenseman in the lineup tonight. We're going to see Zach Trotman, who is just 24 years of age and recently removed from his college days at Lake Superior State. Manson, speaking of young defensemen, and he is introduced to Milan Lucic.
24 would have been the oldest defenseman in the Ducks lineup 2 games ago.
Soderberg drops it off, and coming late, Joe Morrow, another young defenseman. His wrist shot is gloved by Anderson.
Yeah, I mentioned that they're missing some grit on the back end, but they've got plenty up front, and certainly the biggest, toughest guy that they have in their forward line, in my mind, is Milan Lucic. A great power forward, and he's just so powerful. When he hits you, he's like a freight train. He'll run right over top of you.
6'3", 235. When he hits you, you know it. He's top 10 in the league in hits and penalty minutes coming into tonight's action. And one of the 6 Bruins who has 5 goals on the season. Seidenberg's shot flutters over top of the Anaheim goal off a deflection, and Getzlaf throws it long up left wing, and it bounces around Corey Perry. Dougie Hamilton back to get it, and the Ducks get a bump on him as he moves it away. Seidenberg cross ice to Simon Gagne, who did not play last year in the NHL, and he chips it deep into the Anaheim zone. Gagne, Campbell, and Paille, a fourth line that the Bruins need a lot more from. They combined for 2 points in the month of November. Sammy Vatanen slides it across, and it skips away. The Bruins bring it back. Matt Frazier at center had it knocked away. Frazier back in the Boston lineup after being a healthy scratch the last 2 games.
Yeah, I think that Claude Julien would be just fine with his fourth line being even tonight, because it looks like they will match up against the Getzlaf line, at least here in the early going.
Maroon went for the big hit and missed, and back the other way, Riley Smith can't jump around the defense of Hampus Lindholm. Clark spilled behind the net, and a penalty coming up for the Bruins. Clark kept his feet moving, found a stick in between there, and I think it's Chris Kelly who's going to get the gate.
The old penalties that drive coaches crazy, 200 feet away from your own goal. And it's an inadvertent stick by Kelly that will send him to the box. A tripping penalty against him. Clark goes down, keeps the legs moving. Players do that automatically. If they feel the opponent's stick blade in between their feet, they'll immediately take a couple of steps.
Last season, in just 2 games, the Ducks victimized the Bruins 3 times on the power play in just 7 opportunities, and they win the draw. Vatanen has it knocked away. Here's Brad Marchand. He led the league in shorthanded goals a year ago. Tried to slide it over. It comes back to him. Marchand had 5 shorthanded goals last season. And he is a big part of this Boston penalty kill. Ducks rimming around. Anaheim without a power play goal in their last 5 games, but as we documented Saturday night in San Jose, they haven't had all that many chances. Vatanen holds it in up the wall. Perry keeps it going. Now the open man Getzlaf. He settles a bouncing puck and takes it up the right wing wall. Behind the net. Maroon gives it right back into the line. The quarterback Vatanen lets it go just wide. Maroon was screening Rask.
Yeah, they had it set up well. A good shot by Vatanen, misses by just a few inches.
Bruins trying to change. Getzlaf right back in, tipped wide by Perry. And Paille jumps on it. Edmonds for Campbell. He has a shorthanded goal this season and is kept to the outside by Vatanen, who got a stick on it. Now he'll just rag it back. Bartkowski across. Trotman ahead. Campbell onside, joined by Paille. Glove save Anderson. And he's forced to cover as Campbell was there.
Yeah, he's got to give that puck up. When you're on the power play, you don't want to be holding on to too many pucks. Here's the shot by Sami Vatanen. Pretty good screen in front by Pat Maroon. I think Rask was still able to get a peek at that. And then Ryan Getzlaf is looking for the stick blade of Corey Perry. And Perry tries to pull that redirect back against the grain. And misses the far post by a couple of feet.
The Bruins have struggled on the penalty kill this year. Bottom third of the league, under 80% on the kill. Anaheim still with 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Fowler headmans out of the zone. And Lindholm rims it around and in off the stick of Rask. The Finnish native returns to the goal crease. And around the boards, Gagne battling with Bolesky. And the 14-year veteran, able to win the battle, chips it back into the Anaheim zone. Ducks trying to catch the Bruins with a quick up. Palmieri takes the shot, deflected over top, and went off the glass and out of play, off the stick of Bartkowski.
Bolesky going hard to the front of the net, got tied up with Dennis Seidenberg. Paul Palmieri is looking more and more comfortable game by game. And Palmieri's a shooter. You see, he looks into the middle. Bolesky was a little bit late getting to the top of the goal crease. That's why he elected to take that shot.
18 seconds left in the tripping minor to Chris Kelly. And Smith-Pelly sent packing from the circle. Palmieri steps in, kicks it back. Marchand jumps up, though, and intercepts and is able to clear the zone. And I believe that one
knocked down by a high stick by Hampus Lindholm. So the faceoff will come all the way inside Anaheim territory. So other than the Vatanen shot from the blue line, not much going on this power play yet for the Ducks.
Anaheim has lost their last 2, both in regulation. The first time that has happened all season.
Bruins penalty kill, by the way, has really suffered without the presence of McQuaid. Oh my, quick shot right off of the draw.
Bergeron can almost do whatever he wants in the faceoff circle, can he? Third in the league this year. He's been in the top 10 each of the last 4 seasons, and that time he just shot it right off the draw. Bruins clear the zone. Kelly's out of the box. Boston full strength. Ducks come up empty on the game's first power play. Cogliano brings it back into the Bruins zone. Drops it off. Silverberg got it to the net. And a left pad save from Rask. Up the boards, Lucic. Goes rink wide for Louis Eriksson. The former Dallas Star hits the brakes, takes a shot. Nearly got the tip from Lucic. Back to the front of the net. Anderson steps out as Soderberg threw it back to the top of the blue paint.
Now that's a good decision by Anderson to cover that puck up. Let's go back to that face-off. Bergeron goes forward with it, and then sneaking inside of Jakob Silverberg. You can see Marchand just kind of sweep that puck. Did not miss the short side post by all that much. You're right, though, John. Bergeron I mean, he has so much confidence when he steps into the face-off circle. And he and Marchand, of course, have been playing together for quite a while, and they read one another extremely well.
There was a face-off win for Devontae Smith-Pelly. Just his third game playing in the middle tonight. I think that's a question a lot of people had, whether or not he'd be able to handle himself in the face-off circle. Maroon drops down to the hash mark to try to win a puck along the base of the dasher. No score between the Bruins and Ducks. We played 5.5 minutes at Honda Center. Glad to have you along. The beginning of a brief two-game homestand for the Ducks, who will host another Eastern foe, the Philadelphia Flyers, here on Wednesday. And on the forecheck, it's Tim Jackson, who got a good bump there, and then the return pass from Maroon doesn't make it to him. Smith-Pelly kept it in. Maroon had it for a moment, but couldn't corral it. And Joe Morrow leads it out of the Boston zone. Frazier flips it back in on net. And Anderson handles as both teams go for changes. Lindholm trying to reverse away from Riley Smith. And Smith got a good bump on it. So now it's a little bit of havoc in the Anaheim zone. As Lindholm tries to jam it up the wall. Gets help from Kessler. It's held by Bartkowski. He'll knife right down the slot on the backhand, and he missed the net. Kessler corrals it in the corner and moves it ahead off the skate of Bourque. It came out center ice. We're seeing Rennie Bourque, at least to begin the game, now with Kessler and Palmieri for Anaheim. Another little adjustment on the forward lines from Bruce Boudreau. Manson hinges it back. Fowler with time and space. Turns away from Smith. Perry stood up at the blue line by Paille, and then he ran Paille over. Gagne gets a touch on it, and then pursues with Fowler deep into the Anaheim zone. Moved along nicely by Manson. Getzlaf gets it to Perry. Around and in, and Rask will watch it bounce. He stays put. Pileski seals the far wall, and he gets run over by Campbell. Bruins able to exit the zone, and Paille just angles it in. Fowler with it once more. Shots are 4-2 in favor of the Bruins as the Ducks gain the zone. Getzlaf on right wing, got to the net. And low with the blocker to make the save was Rask. Brewer to Vatanen. Top of the circle, and it's in the glove of Tuukka Rask.
Oh, stop. He had to move it. Rask leaves the short side post. Vatanen drills it, but he snares it with the left hand. Eric Brewer is a veteran, and he knows what to do with the puck. He plays with his head up a lot. Watch what he does there. Subtle little play. He waits until the forechecker makes a move towards him before he dishes it off to Vatanen. That creates some space for Vatanen to skate. And then here he gets it across. Nice flat pass. Vatanen rips it. And that's what I was saying about the goaltender Rask. He was really leaning away from that short side post. It was the athleticism of Tuukka Rask that made that stop.
They rely on Rask, do the Bruins. He has led the league in shutouts each of the last 2 seasons. Was second in the league in save percentage a year ago, 4th in goals against average. This guy's a world-class goaltender.
Vezina Trophy winner.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, first-team All-Star. So yeah, Tuukka Rask is a special goalie.
Stretch pass just misses Devontae Smith-Pelly, so icing is the call. The Ducks, without the services of Jason LaBarber tonight in a backup role. LaBarber, who was so good Saturday in San Jose in relief, but tonight it's Igor Bobkov.
Big guy, Bobkov. Look at the size of him. I mean, 6'4".
An upper body injury, we're told, to LaBarber that has him as day-to-day. Bobkov summons from Norfolk of the American League earlier today. Rask nearly got himself in trouble, and Smith-Pelly wisely just trying to get it back to the Boston goal.
Yeah, he got pretty good wood on that shot, too. Puck, strange bounce. And Rask makes the cardinal mistake of knocking it back to that point at the hash mark on the half wall. That's where goalies are told, don't ever put it there. If you're going to put it somewhere, flip it into the corner, because it's not much of a shooting angle from the corner of the ice. So a puck handling miscue by Rask almost cost him.
Brian, the Bruins got him in June of 06 for Andrew Raycroft from the Toronto Maple Leafs. That is a deal that I'm sure they are lamenting in the center of the hockey universe still to this day.
One of many of the deals that they are lamenting.
Speaking of the Leafs, the Ducks are going to see him in a couple of weeks on their big Canadian road trip, but that's still a few days away. Right now the Bruins in the Anaheim zone, and that puck trickling towards the net, just taking a wild swing at it. It was Lucic unable to make contact with it, and again the Ducks clear all the way back, but this will not be icing. And Anaheim gets changes. Louis Eriksson missed 21 games due to injury a year ago. He's their plus-minus leader this year. Loses it in the neutral zone, but comes back and gets it on the rebound off the Jackman bid. Eriksson very nearly able to run it down back in the Anaheim zone. Now heads back to the bench for a change as Manson starts out. 13th NHL game for Josh Manson, and he pitches it in on the backhand.
Getting around with him earlier today about how close he has come to getting his first career NHL goal.
Thompson, Maroon, and Jackman, a very physical trio for the Ducks out there right now. Thompson has taken over the team lead in hits with 11 in the last 3 games, and he's doing it some more against the team that drafted him. Thompson began his NHL career with just 4 games with the Bruins 8 seasons ago. Bergeron into the Anaheim zone as we near the halfway mark of the scoreless first period. Changes direction, brings it around on the backhand, gave it to Torrey Krug. Slides it over for Morrow, back to Krug. His shot off a skate, skitters across the Anaheim zone. Morrow keeps it deep. Marchand with it on the backhand, hits the brakes of the hash mark. Weaving, back for Morrow, again across for Krug. His pass tipped by Marchand. I thought it may have been a high stick. The play goes on. Pasternak got it to the front of the net, and Marchand nearly got to it. Kessler able to roll it out of harm's way.
The central down low is an effective play for that top line for the Boston Bruins. Marchand and Bergeron, two guys that are able to roll off checks.
Manson with a bullet, the right pad save by Rask. Marchand wants a change, sneaks it into the Anaheim zone, but Lindholm got a piece of it. Pressure on Manson, he loses it to Riley Smith. Smith from behind the net, brings it in front, tried to stuff it on the backhand. Anderson got a pad on it. To the line, Bartkowski puts it on the dasher, and a penalty coming up to the Ducks. Frazier pulls away, plays it back to Trotman at the right point. To the bench goes Rask for the extra attacker. Kelly and Bartkowski in a 2-man game, and they can't keep possession, so the Ducks will touch up and go short-handed when we come back. No score midway through the first at Honda Center. Anaheim Ducks hockey is brought to you by the Jeep Cherokee, built free. Visit Jeep.com or your local dealer to begin your adventure today. Scoreless in the first, and sitting in the box is Hampus Lindholm, holding the stick the call that'll give Boston their first power play.
Keep an eye on the front of the Anaheim net. You're going to see Lindholm right there grab the shaft of the stick of Matt Fraser. Fraser's a guy that was a huge goal scorer in the American Hockey League. Has not translated yet to the NHL. One of the assets that came over from the Dallas Stars in the Tyler Seguin trade that the Bruins made with Dallas back in July of 2013.
When you look back at that deal, Brian, they got Riley Smith, they got Louis Eriksson, Joe Morrow, and Matt Fraser, all currently on Claude Julien's roster. And most people will look at that deal and talk about Tyler Seguin going the other way as Anderson grabs off a wrist shot.
Freddie Anderson is loving the fact right now that Zdeno Chara is not in the lineup, but Chara is a guy that usually they like to position in front of the net. Had 10 power play goals last season. A lot of them came from the top of the goal crease. And that's a little bit easier guy to look around, Carl Soderberg, than Zdeno Chara is, that's for sure.
You goalies don't like trying to look around and through 6'9", 260-pound guys.
Well, it's hard for Freddie, who's 6'4". It wouldn't have been as difficult for me. I could have peeked between his legs and found that puck.
This could be and will be icing against the Bruins as Anaheim stood up in the neutral zone that time, and with 35 seconds gone in the Bruin power play, the faceoff will come all the way back. Bruins 0 for 11 in their last 6 games on the power play, and just 1 of 17 in their last 8 games. And again, part of what you were just talking about, Brian, without Zdeno Chara, He just is so important to them in all three zones.
Well, Krejci as well. David Krejci is a wonderful offensive player. One of those guys that can thread the needle. And can,
great setup, man.
Yeah, can really has terrific vision. And so two big assets off of the #1 power play unit. And again, I said it. They defend differently without Zdeno Chara. They attack differently without those two people in the power play for sure.
Lucic pulls it off the boards and whips it back to Hamilton. He and Krug work the line. Shot from Trotman is knocked down. Second-year man out of Lake Superior State holds it in. Lucic keeps it alive for Marchand. 40 seconds in the power play. Trotman walks the line, serves it over. Krug tees it up. Glove save. Anderson. No traffic.
Can of corn for Freddie Anderson. Krug's got a good shot. It always amazes me how some of the little guys, we know with Sammy Vatanen and Torrey Krug's in that class too, can really hammer the puck. And you say, well, how does that make sense? Because how do they get enough leverage on that stick blade to generate the kind of velocity that a bigger, stronger player can? But it's all about technique.
Krug had 14 goals a season ago, still officially listed as a rookie. That was 6th among all defensemen in the entire National Hockey League last season. You got 6 of them on the power play. Bruins still on the power play for another half a minute, and a big face-off win for Anaheim here.
And that was their tour. Again, you got the little ball from Getzlaf, soft little pass off the boards, no panic, puts it in a good spot, and the Ducks get the clear.
Bruins have to go 200 feet again, the bouncing puck to the side of the net. Eriksson and Bergeron dig for it. Great stick by Silfverberg as he intercepted the centering pass. Soderberg held it in. And the Ducks will angle it out one last time. The penalty is over to Lindholm. Anaheim full strength. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play here in a scoreless first period. Carl Soderberg, leading scorer for the Bruins so far this season, broke his stick as he sent it in. So he'll go to the bench and change, and that'll open up the near side of the ice for Vatanen. Ahead to Perry, who gets it in. Getzlaf and Bolesky pursue to the near corner. Bolesky does a good job to keep his feet and keeps his feet moving and kicks it along the near boards. Getzlaf joins the fray. Paille lifts his stick. Seidenberg plays catch and gets it back from Hamilton. Campbell hinges it back. Hops the stick of Seidenberg. Trotman's pass off Campbell's stick goes deep. Lindholm gets there. Up the wall, it was sealed off by Gagne. He knocks it back a second time, and Lindholm will go cross ice instead. Corey Perry, 2 goals, 3 points at San Jose on Saturday, sends it deep. And Rask moves it quickly. Bartkowski pestered for a moment by Kessler. Now winds it around the boards away from him for Milan Lucic. Lucic caught on the back check by Rennie Bork. He gets it into the zone. Riley Smith, high slot. Hamilton just missed. Dougie Hamilton has 5 goals on the season from the blue line, and he was inches away from number 6 there. Lucic collides with Manson. Smith brings it in, too hot to handle across for Chris Kelly. And Kessler on a good hustle play beat Kelly, the former Ottawa Senator, to the puck, and he gets it back into the Boston zone. Gets inside for a moment on Morrow. And then he dispatches Morrow's stick.
Broke his stick. It'll be a penalty on Kessler.
Called on Kessler as a result of that exchange. So the Bruins will have their second man advantage of the game when we come back.
Kessler feels shame. He sits in the penalty box. Here's what happened. It's the dreaded slashing of the stick penalty that I am so fond of. Stick manufacturer, the carbon fiber stick manufacturer, about $200 a pop. They absolutely love to see that.
Second power play of the night for the Bruins. Boston has scored just 4 goals in their last 3 games. And only 14 in their last 8.
That's penalty number 17, Ryan Kessler. Slashing, 15.
Yet they're 14-9-1 coming into this one. However, just 4th in the Atlantic Division and 6th overall in the East. Not where they are accustomed to sitting. As Anaheim clears. 4.5 to go in the scoreless first period. Bergeron throws it to the net, blockered away by Anderson. Riley Smith is there. His pass down low, broken up on a good read by Sami Vatanen. Up the wall. Getzlaf gets it to the point. Riley covers the point. Hamilton tipped just wide by Bergeron. Soderberg rips it from below the goal line, and Hamilton misfires on a one-timer. He'll get another chance. Bergeron gives it back to him. Smith from the dot, and he fans on it. Oh, and a good play there by Vatanen, who angled it off the wall to himself, but it was held in at the line. Hamilton did a great job there, and he gets it again. Across for Louis Eriksson. Smith with a blind pass, and a good effort by Getzlaf tips it away from Hamilton.
Yeah, both the power play and the penalty killers look tired at the end of that exchange.
Under a minute now to go in the Boston man advantage. An errant pass. Again sealed off by Pasternak, who blocked it away from Lindholm, and Krug never saw it as it whistles by him all the way back. Number 88 in white, David Pasternak, a first-round pick of the Bruins a year ago, the youngest player to play in the NHL this season, and he's out in their power play right now. Just 18 years of age. He had 7 shots on goal Friday night in the Bruins' overtime win against Winnipeg. And now the puck off the glass and out of play as the power play is whittled down to under 15 seconds.
We're going to go back to a play made by Sami Vatanen. Puck comes back to the point. Stop it here, guys. There's Vatanen. He's a smallish defenseman, so he can't be beside a bigger player in front of the net. He's got to stay free. They call that tactic fronting your opponent. And it's part of the reason why Vatanen has got so many block shots this season, is that he always keeps his stick blade and his legs free so that he can get into those shooting lanes. He knows he's not going to win a lot of battles down in that area if he's fighting with a guy that's 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" inches tall.
Trotman rims it around off the neutral zone faceoff. Campbell gets it back towards the side of the net. Gagne got a leg on it. Seidenberg across. Trotman can't handle it cleanly. And now the penalty is over to Kessler. The Ducks full strength. So the Bruins 0 for 2 on the man advantage as Campbell tries to get it to the front of the net. Taken away by Fowler. And Anderson was looking alive there because Perry swept it right back to Manson. Into the side of the net. Molesky hurries in, gets it to Getzlaf behind the net. He'll angle it to the line for Fowler. Cross-ice pass just makes it to Manson as Paille tried to poach it. Fowler to the top of the circle will keep it in. And it comes around to the near side. It's Manson's turn to activate. Behind the net, Molesky wins the puck. Turns it right to the goal mouth. Perry's pass across just skipped a little bit on Getzlaf. Brings it in front and they hit Perry with it. Vatanen trying to pass to Perry, sneaking from behind the net. That was off the mark. And the Bruins able to clear. Under 2 now to go in the opening frame. Brewer looked like he wanted to give and go with Perry, but they weren't on the same page. And now Anaheim will finish with Kane. Maroon holds the blue line. And Thompson comes over to pick it up. Lottman's pass in the middle, steered in by Pat Maroon. Morrow loses it below the goal line. And Maroon, flanked by 2 defenders, comes out of the fray with it. Brewer quickly across and a hot Vatanen stick into the middle. Maroon does a good job to keep possession. Lucic rides it into the corner boards and squirts up to the near side. Thompson got it back to Vatanen. Across for Brewer, won't settle for him, takes a shot. Blocked in front by Morrow, but he didn't clear. Oh, he does get a bounce as Vatanen fanned down.
Good shift for the Ducks. They get pucks in deep. The Bruins defending well in this opening period.
Eriksson lays it back for Krug. His shot blocked by Eric Brewer. Under a minute to play in the first. Krug again at the line. Rolling puck, takes the shot. Blocked in front by Vatanen. And Brewer skates out of harm's way with it. Vatanen's been out there a long time. He just angles it off the boards and out center ice. Bruins trying to catch the Ducks on a change. Smith pulls it around. Oh, and a diving effort by Brewer as he laid the 6'4" frame out, and the reach of his hockey stick was just enough. Krug held it in. Fraser behind the net, tries to wrap it around. It comes through to Smith. Point blank save, Anderson.
A great stop. Just a great stop by Freddie Anderson. Anderson playing deep in the crease. It allows him to defend against that cross-ice pass.
Ducks have been hemmed in their own zone for the final minute of the period, and they finally will clear it. And that means they'll survive the opening period as they're outshot 13-7, but scoreless through 20.
Well, Eric Brewer has been a force in this opening period. He makes a couple of real nice defensive plays here. First, he gets down on the ice, uses the old sweep check to take the puck off the stick of Riley Smith. And then when the cross-ice pass does go right through the goal crease here from Fraser, look at Freddie Anderson. Boy, when you're 6'4" and spread-eagled, you essentially cover the entire bottom of the net if you sit on the goal line. And the tactic pays off there for Anderson.
Boy, a fast-paced opening period in this, the first game of the month of December, as the Ducks and Bruins are scoreless. Our score in Honda Center after 20 minutes of play is no score between the Boston Bruins and the Anaheim Ducks. Coming up tonight on Fox Sports Live, Randy Moss has immediate reactions from the Monday Night Football action. Jay Glazer catches up on a potential NFL coaching trade. You don't see those every day. And highlights from across the National Basketball Association and the NHL. You can see Fox Sports Live on Fox Sports 1 and streaming on Fox Sports Go. Before we begin the second period, we go to the Anaheim bench. Our Ken French standing by with assistant coach Brad Lauer.
Johnny, thank you, Brad. You only had 7 shots in the first 20 minutes. Not a lot of scoring chances. What do you have to do to jumpstart the offense in the second period?
Oh, the offense is on. I mean, they played very tight. We've got to have a better support. We've got to get 2 guys on the puck. And when we get an opportunity to get it to the net, we've got to get to the net and look for second and third chances.
Brad, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Johnny, back to you.
Thank you, Kent. 3 power plays in the opening period. The Bruins had 2. The Ducks had 1. However, look at the difference a year makes when playing 5-on-5 hockey.
Yeah, the Ducks and the Bruins number 1 and number 2 in the NHL last season in terms of 5-on-5 scoring to their benefit. It hasn't been the case this year, and I think injuries, obviously, for both of these teams has played a huge role in that.
Thought it was interesting this morning. Claude Julien said he was asked if his team was trying to play 2-to-1 games. He said, we're not looking for 2-to-1 games. We're stuck in that situation right now. And that's pretty much what we've seen here so far tonight.
Well, the Ducks are in the same situation. And Bruce Boudreau was commenting on the fact that his team needs to get back to playing that grind game where they get pucks in deep, work the defense, bang them around a little bit, force turnovers, and then attack. Not so much off the rush. They don't have a ton of speed in the lineup.
Bruins bring it out of their own zone with the second period underway. Brad Marchand forced to the outside and loses the battle with Josh Manson. Bruins keep the puck, however, and Morrow wires it wide. Young defenseman able to walk it to the middle of the ice. No traffic in front, however. Marchand, ever resilient, back up. Can't keep the puck alive on the near side, and it's Manson who whips it up on the glass and into the Boston zone. This will enable a change for the Ducks. Bolesky gets inside on Pasternak and wins the puck from him. Bolesky goes to the net, tried to center for Getzlaf, and Morrow got a skating away. Joe Morrow was once traded for Brendan Morrow when he went Dallas way. That was the same year he was traded from Dallas to Boston.
A good puck movement here and a couple of great scoring chances for the Ducks.
Bolesky was tangled up with Bergeron. Bergeron heads to the bench for a change, and Rask very calm behind the net, and he almost took too long to play that puck. That's the second time tonight we've seen Rask with a stick handling error. Lucic can't get to the front of the net as Sammy Vatanen just calmly outweights him.
A good switch by the Anaheim defense there as Lucic was motoring his way up the ice.
Seidenberg plays it behind the net for Dougie Hamilton. His outlet pass is blocked. Great play by Kessler, who wins the puck. Tried to get it in front for Bourque. That was broken up, and the stick of Palmieri was tied up, so he couldn't play it either. Kessler chops it a 50-50 puck, and the Ducks are offside as they play it. Palmieri can't believe the call from Ryan Galloway, the linesman, but nonetheless, it's offside.
Well, moments ago, good shift by the Ducks top line. And Ryan Getzlaf was looking for Matt Bolesky in the middle of the ice. The Bruins defending well, getting legs and sticks into the shooting lanes, and Bolesky unable to get that shot through.
Bruins win the draw from outside their own line. Anaheim was dominant in the first period, winning 14 of 19 faceoffs. Kelly hinges it back into his own zone. And Trotman sends it around. Zach Trotman, second-year man, just recalled on the 29th of November. Trotman from behind the net. The native of Novi, Michigan, gets away with one as he went right up the middle and barely got it to Riley Smith. Behind the Anaheim net, Anderson gets a piece of it. Thompson gets a piece of not only the puck sending it out of play, but a big piece of the Bruin player. That's Daniel Paille shaking off the hip.
Paille is a guy that they are hoping to catch a little bit of fire offensively. Only one goal for Paille this year. Centerman Campbell only has 2. Gagne's got 1. So not a lot of offense generated by the depth forwards in the Bruins lineup so far this season.
Paille, a #1 pick of the Buffalo Sabres 12 years ago, now in his 10th NHL season. Gagne moves it to Morrow with a drive. Rebound, Paille! He thought he had scored. It's still behind Anderson and loose. No goal, says the referee, and Morrow can't get it through. Now Krug has it at the top of the circle. Anderson without a stick, and it's tipped just wide by Campbell. Boy, you watch him play, Brian, it'd be hard to believe that these guys have had so much trouble finding the back of the net.
Well, they're clearly snake bit. Paille had the goaltender Anderson beaten and just rung it off the post.
He had his arms raised. He thought he had one. So the Ducks living right as Kessler hammers it around and in. Brad Marchand with a short little pass, and it's Bergeron to the neutral zone. A little bit behind Pasternak, but he gets it in as he rims it around, and Bergeron shovels it along. Cogliano beats Marchand to it and reverses it for Sami Vatanen. Angles it up the wall, but Markowski activates to keep it in. Silverberg just able to nudge it across the line. And Kessler trying to shovel it back ahead, and it goes into the Anaheim bench.
Well, here's a look at the bid by Paille, still shaking his head over at the Bruins bench. Just a hard-working shift for Boston. They get the puck down low, and you see the Paille just out-muscles Manson right at the top of the goal crease, gets to that rebound. It's going to go off the inside of the plumbing, off the left heel of Freddie Anderson, and then Fowler and Manson all come in. Boy, Manson did a good job not to cover that puck. You cover it in the goal crease, it would be an automatic penalty shot. First big break of the game belongs to Anaheim.
Just over 4 minutes into the second period, still no score. Bolesky off the wall into the middle for Getzlaf. Didn't get much on his backhand pass, and Carl Soderberg on the back check intercepts. Third-year man out of Sweden now chases into the Anaheim zone. Vatanen looks over his shoulder and moves it quickly. Getzlaf hooks it ahead, and Perry finds Brewer, who jumps into the play. Eric Brewer, top of the circle, taps it deep. Bolesky cannot get inside on Hamilton. The young defenseman nearly turns it over in the high slot, though. And a great individual effort by Getzlaf keeps it in. Perry ridden off the puck by Soderberg on the back check, and Seidenberg able to move it up and out. Soderberg only as far as the Anaheim line. Getzlaf took it away. Long pass to Perry. Cuts to the middle. Save Rask! Smith-Pelly bats it out of midair. Loose in the slot. Cogliano gets it back. Silverberg's drive held by Rask, and Fraser eliminated Silverberg after the shot.
A couple of good stops there by Tuukka Rask. There's the other problem that the Bruins pose. Good play by Ryan Getzlaf, boy, on the back check, and he immediately whips it to a wide-open Corey Perry. Watch him flip this puck up in the air, over the stick. Tuukka Rask, so patient, knows that Corey Perry's carrying that puck well in front of his body, so he can't elevate it. Rask with a couple of real good stops.
They did call a penalty on Fraser for this.
A little bit of a spear, a poke into the ribs. of Jakob Silfverberg by Fraser. So let's see if the Ducks can get something going here on this power play.
Their second man advantage of the night, and the Bruins win the draw. Trotman pulls it away and sends it all the way down. I've been impressed at the confidence Claude Julien has in Zach Trotman, Brian. Just his 10th game this season and his 12th in his NHL experience. He's been out on the power play. He's out on the penalty kill right now. Loose pass picked up by Paille. Short-handed break, and he doesn't get much on it on a diving effort by Fowler as he came back. Lindholm will start over. Half a minute gone in the power play. On the wing, Palmieri tries to hook it back. Intercepted. Look out, Cookout. Marchand chips it around Lindholm. 2-on-1 with Bergeron, and he steered it just wide. Tries to stuff it from behind the net, and it rolls all the way out. Seidenberg across. Hamilton shot blockered away by Anderson.
Well, the Ducks, there's just not a lot of motion.
They're getting outworked.
And they're losing possession of the puck at the offensive blue line. You lose possession in those crucial areas at the lines, and it usually spells trouble.
Pass through the middle off the stick of Perry as Lindholm unable to get it to him cleanly. Bruins wire it around. Getzlaf holds it in. Quickly across to Vatanen, who's pressured immediately by Louis Eriksson. Puck comes back to Eriksson, and he'll be content to ice it. Anderson steers it around and away. A bouncing puck that Getzlaf will leave for Sammy Vatanen. Half a minute in the power play. Vatanen headmans the puck. Pass back intended for Getzlaf. Kessler was hoping for the captain, but he didn't find it. 15 seconds in the power play. Ducks are going to have to hurry if they're going to make something happen with this man advantage. Getzlaf flips it in. Kessler will track it down. 5 seconds in the power play. Bolesky gets it back to the point. Vatanen across for Getzlaf. Back for Vatanen. Near circle. Here's Kessler. And he had to catch the pass first. That gave Rask time to recover. Penalty is over. Fraser out of the box. Boston full strength, but Perry has it behind the net. Sets up Vatanen. Brings it all the way to the hash mark. Now below the goal line. Sammy tries to center. Perry was spilled and the pass went right into him.
Passing up opportunities to shoot the puck at the net. There are people in front of the net. It's got to be frustrating for the players that are paying the price in front of the goal crease.
Up and down we go. It's Josh Manson. Hands it off. Cogliano sticks save Rask.
Little thing right there with Tuukka Rask, the way he directs that puck into the corner. You can see he's a top flight netminder.
Soderberg tracks it down in the corner to the line. Torrey Krug shot looking for a tip, didn't get it from Lucic. Cogliano can't work it up the boards. That was sealed off. Boy, the Bruins do not give you the boards. And a penalty coming up here to Cogliano as he chops down Milan Lucic. Anaheim fails on a power play. It'll be Boston's turn in a moment.
Pressure up high near the blue line has worked for the Bruins penalty kill tonight. It has forced turnovers. This was Daniel Paille away to the races. Cam Fowler gets away with a chop right on the hands of Paille. It takes away a good scoring chance for him. And then another turnover. Marchand jumps past Hampus Lindholm, sets up Bergeron. Boy, Bergeron would love to have that one back. Here's a tripping penalty against Andrew Cogliano. It used to be, if Cogliano would have gotten that puck first, that would not have been called a trip. Now this year, it doesn't matter.
Third power play chance of the night for the Bruins. As Hamilton hoists it over top of the net, he'll try again. Pad save Anderson, and the rebound pinballs to Thompson, who lays it back. Lindholm on the backhand will not clear. Soderberg. Again, it's Hamilton. Into the middle, the Bruins move it around. Smith with a drive, that's blocked, and a good effort as he was falling to clear the zone from Nate Thompson. Bruins try to catch the Ducks changing, and right back in they come. Bergeron can't work it through Matt Clark cleanly. Hamilton holds the zone. Eriksson's pass a little too hot to handle, comes back up, and Hamilton just has to golf it down below the goal line. Soderberg, oh my. Threw it in front and went off a glove and then hit the top of the Anaheim net, and Anderson never saw it. Bruins again have the Ducks hemmed in. Anaheim's had a couple of chances to clear. It's only come out once. Eriksson's pass across to Riley Smith. He'll tee it up, and that is absorbed by Anderson, which will enable changes. Under a minute to go in the penalty to Cogliano.
Good decision by Anderson to grab hold of that puck and get the change. Here was Nate Thompson sacrificing his body. Boy, he takes that puck up high. That, I guarantee you, took a bite out of him. And here was that strange bouncing puck. I don't think that would have counted. It looked to me like Bergeron knocked it forward with the glove. It was over top of the net. Bruins who getting great pressure though on the Ducks right now, John.
I don't want to find out if it would have counted. That's me and my trust issues. Still with a man advantage, the Bruins, and Torrey Krug moves it to Marchand, who goes cross ice and shot misses everything. Right on the doorstep, Lucic, and holding his ground was Anderson. Bucks able to win control as Silverberg ices the puck and just 15 seconds left in the penalty to Cogliano. Fowler back with Manson defensively as Pasternak brings it into the middle. Drops it off. Krug gives it back to him and he misfires. Krug top of the circle. Moves in. Wrist shot off the glove of Anderson. Around it comes. Trotman holds it in. The penalty is over. Cogliano out of the box. Ducks full strength alone in front. The carom came right out. And Marchand makes it 1-0.
Almost seemed inevitable with the pressure Boston was getting. 6th of the season for Marchand. Freddie Anderson is trying to cut the pass off. Lucic is the backdoor player, 17 available. Pasternak is looking for him. Anderson cuts the pass. It goes right to Brad Marchand, and the Ducks leave the middle of the ice wide open. My goodness, point blank top shelf bid by Marchand gives the Bruins the lead.
6th goal of the season for a guy in the last 4 years is a combined 1+115. And he's now the goal scoring leader for the Bruins, who had surrendered the game's first goal in 9 of their last 11 games. But they're now on top 1-0 at the halfway mark of the hockey game. Thompson behind the net, moves it away. And Jackman gives chase at center. Trying to force his way up the boards, but Trotman sealed him off. Maroon has it in his skates. He kicks it along the dasher, still dragging it. Good job by Pat Maroon. Looking for Jackman as he's finally knocked to the ice by Trotman. Overcame Thompson. Bartkowski fakes one way, goes the other, and gets a little help to clear the zone. The assist to Pasternak and Trotman as the Bruins youth teams up to set up the veteran. There's a shot that got through. Rebound, score! Sammy Vatanen went to the net after he gave it up, and Rask dropped it right down for him.
Well, just like that, Vatanen brings it back. And this is all Vatanen on the rush. Bruins were looking to change. Look at Simon Gagne. He just waves at Sammy Vatanen, and away he goes. It's actually a 3 against 4. But good things happen. Boy, what a great job to kick that puck up right here. Skate to stick. And he taps it just inside the far post. The top scoring defenseman in the league this year, Sammy Vatanen, comes up with an enormous goal for the Ducks.
His 6th of the season. He had 6 all last year in 48 games. Pat Maroon will draw the assist, and the Ducks have answered back quickly. Just 57 seconds after the Marchand goal, and we're tied at 1. Fowler from behind the net, able to bring it with him, and at center ice, it's Manson who gets it deep. Rask sweeps it along, and it'll come all the way back out. Manson retreats into his own zone. Shots are 24-12 in favor of the Bruins, but we're tied at 1 as Smith-Pelly tries to get inside on Torrey Krug. Clark holds it in around the boards. Cogliano gets it deep. Devontae Smith-Pelly angles it back. Lindholm fires it. Didn't even catch it. Just missed on the short side.
A little bit of contact there with Tuukka Rask, and he appeared to get spun around at the top of the Bruin goal crease.
Both teams change. Lindholm doesn't get the pass cleanly. Bergeron keeps it in. Hamilton still possesses on the backhand. Bergeron lays it back. Seidenberg's shot blocked by Getzlaf. And he gets to it and clears the zone. Ryan Getzlaf has more blocked shots than any forward in the entire National Hockey League. Bergeron holds it in at the line, comes in, Anderson gloves it. So we go 30 minutes without a goal, and then the team's trade markers within 60 seconds. 1-1.
That's the Honda Center with Sami Vatanen, who just tied this hockey game with his 6th goal of the season. Sammy, take me through it, and how were you able to even this thing up?
Yeah, I saw first when I skated it up and saw Pat Maroon there on the boards and passed it to him, and this time I decided to go in the net, and he got me a great rebound there, and it was an empty net.
Sammy, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Johnny, back to you.
Thank you, Ken. Brian, I like how he said that time I decided to go to the net. That's not really uncommon for Sami Vatanen.
It hasn't been this season. He's got the green light, and I was talking with Eric Brewer, his defense partner right now, about Vatanen and being paired with him, and he said, I didn't realize the level of skill and speed that he brings to the table. And Eric Brewer knows, he knows what his role is now. His role is to allow Sami Vatanen to be that guy, to be the 20-point defender and jump up into the play and create some offense. And the Ducks have desperately needed to generate something against Tuukka Rask. Outshot 25-12 at this point in the hockey game. The Bruins territorially have had a big edge in play.
Pasternak drags it with him, tries to stuff it from a bad angle, and a good save by Anderson there. Brewer brings pressure to the corner and then reverses it away to Vatanen, and his pass intended for Smith-Pelly was knocked down. It went right on net, so no icing, but they were going to call icing on the play. Cogliano beats Krug to it from behind the net. Wanted to find Silfverberg in front, but that was blocked. Silfverberg does get there as Smith-Pelly got it to him. And here's another rebound for Silfverberg, looking for Smith-Pelly in front, and Rask stayed with him. Penalty coming up to the Bruins is again it's Silfverberg who's dumped and draws the penalty.
The second call that he has drawn in this game. And some good pressure against Tuukka Rask. See, Cogliano gets the feet moving. Smith-Pelly with a nice little pass to Jakob Silfverberg there. And then thrown towards the front of the net. And again, it's Silfverberg. He knows that Rask is well out in front of the blue paint, so he's just trying to slide it across to the top of the goal crease, hoping he can find one of his teammates. Tripping penalty against Joe Morrow. The Ducks with a fresh power play chance.
A former first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins back in 2011, Morrow sits. Tonight just his 13th NHL game.
And John, you look at who Bruce Boudreau sends over the boards here, and I think there's a little bit more of a message being sent again. This is not the top power play unit. The power play unit has not been very good in this game.
Thompson on the half wall. Curls into the middle, takes the shot, and through the screen, Rask is able to hold on. Let's update our American Honda Ducks 3-star leaderboard. Frederik Andersen still atop a list that includes Getzlaf, Vatanen, and Perry on his heels, amongst others.
Been very good tonight, Frederik Andersen, as the Bruins have shot from everywhere.
Thompson, Palmieri, and Maroon on the power play for the Ducks. Excuse me, it's Rennie Bourque out there. Thompson has it at center, joined by Bourque into the zone. Saucers it across, Fowler onside. His shot is blocked. Eriksson can't clear. Palmieri gets it back to the line. Lindholm's shot is blocked. And the Bruins will just ice. 45 seconds gone in the penalty, and Anaheim gets changes. Out comes Getzlaf along with Perry and Bolesky. The captain through center. Flips it in. Rask makes the glove save and hangs on. So the face-off will be to his left.
Getzlaf that time gets the legs moving through the neutral zone. It was a load to deal with. If you're a defenseman and you're trying to stand up against Ryan Getzlaf, one, he's just so darn powerful, but he has that reach as well. He's such a deceptive player. very difficult to stand him up.
Fowler off the one draw, shoots a rolling puck. Big fat rebound, and Bolesky just couldn't keep his balance. The Bruins live to see another day there. Fowler headmans to Vatanen. Anaheim onside. He winds it around, and no, they were not onside.
You were talking about the young defenseman Trotman, Con, and he saves a goal here. And this puck comes to the front of the net. Matt Bolesky is going to get to it from the backside. Trotman there just reaches out and knocks him off balance just enough so that he cannot slide that puck into a wide open net. Goaltender Rask had gone fishing on that play. And he was very, very fortunate he wasn't fishing the puck out of the net.
Bolesky, Anaheim's goal-scoring leader in the month of November. He had a half a dozen and 4 in his last 6 games. Perry unable to handle the pass in the middle of the ice, and the Bruins skated back to center. Bolesky takes it away, gets it to Getzlaff. Half a minute in the power play. Fowler left point is open. Middle of the ice, Vatanen, and that's blocked. And Anderson's going to have to come out as it went off Marchand all the way back.
I've been very impressed with the Bruins penalty killers. They are applying all kinds of pressure on the Anaheim point men. Blocked a ton of shots.
Perry gains the zone. Vatanen forces it across. Perry, flanked by 2 defenders, keeps it alive for Bolesky. Gets off to the point. Vatanen loses the handle, and it's poked to center. Out of the box, here's Morrow. The defenseman on a breakaway. And stretching the left pad is Anderson to turn him away.
What a great save. That was a nifty little move by Morrow there, but Freddie Anderson with those long legs of him just stuffed them on the short side post.
Didn't look like someone who has only 1 career NHL goal, did he? Palmieri brings it out of the Anaheim zone. With center red, lays it back, and onside. Kessler joins him in a right pad save from Rask. Kessler with all kinds of speed when he hit the blue line. Here's Riley Smith in and out of the glove of Anderson, and the rebound is blocked across. Palmieri got his stick in the way. Brewer chips it ahead, and Kessler gets it out. It's a foot race, and Krug will beat Bourque to it. Deep into the Anaheim zone, Riley Smith goes in after it. Bruins try to center, and Soderberg had that go off his skate. Brewer ahead off the stick of Silverberg. Soderberg settles and sends it in. Brewer blocks that. 16-year veteran moves it into the middle, and Smith-Pelly holds long enough to set it for Silverberg. Across the line, drop pass. Manson tries to pass it back across, and it nearly ricocheted on the Boston net.
The pace of this game has picked up. And both teams on full attack mode as soon as they get any kind of a turnover in the neutral zone.
It's been pretty good pace most of the night for this game. Another broken stick as Smith-Pelly finds Lindholm jumping into the play. Across the line, drop pass Cogliano, and his high shot is held by Rask. Anaheim starting to apply some pressure, but the Bruins end a penalty kill with a breakaway for Morrow, and Anderson was good enough.
Well, you take a penalty, you're concerned that your team is going to be able to kill it. Well, to make it even better, how about when you get out of the penalty box, this happens. Look at Morrow. Joe Morrow jumps on the ice. Look at this. The puck's right on his stick, and he's in for a breakaway. And the problem was Freddie Anderson plays it exceptionally well. He manages to get that left leg across. Anderson actually buys into the first fake by Morrow, but still able to get across and just make an enormous stop for the Ducks.
Tied at 1, 2:37 to go, second period. This is the first of a 4-game Western swing for the Bruins, who will be at Staples Center tomorrow to play the Kings. Then they go up and play the Sharks on Thursday and go to Phoenix to end the trip against the Arizona Coyotes. 5-4 on the road in the early going is Claude Julien's team. Nice hit by Jackman, and that won the puck for Maroon. But Thompson couldn't get to it, and the Bruins send it back. Icing, however, is the call against Boston. Well, you could win a 2015 Honda CR-V at Fan Appreciation Night later this season at Honda Center. To be in the running, send us a 15-second video telling us why you deserve the car. Go to AnaheimDucks.com/I want my CR-V for details.
Linesman center. And Getzlaf asking for an explanation. I don't believe, John, that he likes the explanation that he got.
You're just a mind reader, aren't you?
It's the sense I have about me.
Impressive.
Shots attempted in this game. And I think this is a pretty accurate reflection of how the game has been played so far. The Bruins have attempted 55 shots. The Ducks, 32. Anderson is keeping them in.
Getzlaf gets it to Perry from below the goal line. Now out high for Brewer. Off his skate, stops it, shoots it wide. Pileski tied up. Literally tied up by Dennis Seidenberg. Could not get to the rebound. Now he does get to it behind the net. Turns in front and had his stick poked at just the right moment by Daniel Paille. Gregory Campbell the other way. He can't get through Brewer. It's Anderson who moves it ahead. Perry trying to catch the Bruins on a change. Has to throw it in and pursues Krug. Got inside on him but is knocked down. And support from the Bruins wins the puck for the Bees. Marchand goes wide. Still has it, forces it in front off the stick of Manson, just wide. And the Ducks chip it ahead. It's off the high stick of Cogliano, so he can't play it. And now the whistle blows just as Bartkowski was going to play it. Andrew Cogliano appears in his 566th consecutive game played here tonight. That ties him with Danny Grant for the 11th longest in NHL history. And he's only 4 away from entering the top 10 in career consecutive games played streaks. The NHL's Iron Man moving up the charts.
The assistant coaches for the Boston Bruins, none other than Doug Jarvis, of course, owns the all-time record for consecutive games played. But Jarvis, I believe, is the eye in the sky for the Bruins and is not down on the bench tonight. He is up top and relaying information to the coaches on the bench.
I believe Cogliano roughly 400 games shot of Doug Jarvis. Here's a turnover by the Bruins in their own zone. Blocker save Rask, and it pops straight up in the air. Half a minute to go in the period. Smith-Pelly digs it free. Cogliano for Silverberg, and can't get the shot through. Manson keeps it alive. Now he lays it off for Fowler, who scores through traffic. Smith-Pelly got a tip on it, and the Ducks score late in the second to take the lead.
Bartkowski is irate. He was battling with Smith-Pelly for position in front of Tuukka Rask. And good things happen when you throw the puck towards the front of the net and you've got traffic. There's Bartkowski and Smith-Pelly. There's why he's upset. Smith-Pelly's got a hold of his stick. And now the puck comes in, and a nifty little one-handed redirect sends it backwards between the pads of Tuukka Rask. Not always pretty down in that blood and gut zone, but Smith-Pelly goes there and he gets away with one. And a pretty little deflection gives Anaheim the 2-1 lead. Boy, what a huge goal coming late at the end of this period.
Smith-Pelly with 3 points in the last 4 games now. And the Ducks have their first lead of the night with just 21 seconds left in the second period, which now has expired. And after getting down 1-0, a resilient Anaheim team takes the lead to the locker room after 40 minutes of play.
You know, their goaltender, Anderson, has been sensational. And the Ducks have looked nervous at times, have had difficulty moving the puck out of the defensive zone. Anderson has given them confidence. And you get a goal out of the Smith-Pelly line at this stage of the game to take a lead into the third. Absolutely enormous for the Ducks.
4th of the season for Devontae Smith-Pelly at 19:38 of the second. It's the difference in the hockey game. Sammy Vatanen, one of the 2 Ducks goal scorers, both coming in the second. And the Ducks with a 1-goal lead over the Boston Bruins. Boston has 4 wins this season already when trailing after 2 periods of play. So this is nothing new for the Bees. Anaheim activating up the wall. First shift of the period, Silverberg holds one in. Smith-Pelly right to the side of the net. I believe it may have been Rask who knocked it away from Cogliano. This a new look line put together for tonight's game by Bruce Boudreau. Silverberg has picked up an assist, drawn a couple of penalties. Smith-Pelly has a goal. Vatanen and Marchand back after it in the Anaheim zone. Cogliano wipes it ahead. Silverberg already with 4 shots on goal. Short hops it. And Rask had to be careful with that one as we take a look at our Hyundai game summary. And what a night it has been so far for the goaltenders, including Frederik Andersen.
He's been terrific. 27 of 28. And of those 28, a number have been point-blank opportunities. They've had some outnumbered attacks the Bruins have. Sami Vatanen just loves to push the pace, doesn't he?
Well, remember the save he made on the breakaway on Morrow as he came out of the penalty box? And especially when you got a 1-goal lead. That one looms large. Manson forced all the way back, gets it from Fowler. Cam Fowler has played the most through 2 periods for Anaheim. Over 15 and a half minutes as the Ducks are called for icing.
Good look at Josh Manson in his first season in the National Hockey League. He's had quite a couple of weeks here. Of course, his father, Dave, played all those years for the Chicago Blackhawks. Played the Blackhawks last week, and he said it was weird looking at the Blackhawk jersey because he was wearing one most of his young life. And to see the Bruins, of course, he went to college at Northeastern University and said he watched an awful lot of Bruins games on TV. And so here, early in his NHL career, he gets both of those experiences out of the way.
Perry shot off the wing off the right pad of Rask, but the Ducks keep it in. And Bolesky maybe a little too fancy trying to find Getzlaf. You mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Brian. At times, Anaheim has turned away from chances to get the puck at Tuukka Rask. That may have been another of those, but they're able to recover possession in their own zone. Here's Palmieri with speed. Picks up a loose puck. Fakes, goes around Krug, and then hoists it over top.
Kyle Palmieri, we've seen that move several times in his career where he comes off the opposite wing and then cuts back against the grain.
Kessler just out-muscles Krug down low. Rennie Bork turns off the wall with it. Right in front for Palmieri, and a great save by Rask. Clark steps up to keep it in. Good shift for Kyle Palmieri. Now it's Lindholm who activates. Bork engaged in the corner with Krug, and the Bruins win the puck. And Milan Lucic the other way. He wraps it deep into the Anaheim zone and pursues around the wall. It's Smith who will keep it in as the Bruins change. And a puck battle won by Tim Jackman. Ahead for Thompson. Back for Jackman. Save, Rask, rebound, loose. And the Bruins get the whistle. I don't think Rask ever covered the puck. Maroon was there trying to get his stick on it. And that puck was never frozen.
Why does he blow the whistle? Well, yes, he's entitled to blow it if he loses sight of it, but a couple of good opportunities here. It was Jackman on the doorstep. Pat Maroon thought he had knocked that puck out of midair into the back of the net. That's a break for Rask. And then here's Kyle Palmieri cutting in off of his off wing, and he's just going to flip that one over the net. The second one, Rask, who slides across from that butterfly, took away the bottom of the goal against Palmieri, but a couple of good shifts back-to-back here for Anaheim.
Thompson beaten by Kelly on the draw. And the Bruins rim it around and out. Gagne from his knees shovels it into the middle of the ice. Riley Smith picks it up and gives it right back to Maroon, but it's chopped off his stick. Just not a lot of room out there in either direction. Brewer will angle it up the wall, and he does not connect with Jackman. Bruins stretch it off the skate of Frazier. It skips into the middle of the ice, and now they'll regroup. Matt Bartkowski, fifth-year man out of Ohio State, goes cross ice, and Trotman's pass is lifted into the Anaheim zone. Offside are the Bruins. Ducks fans, you can help a Chalk Hospital patient by donating a Wild Wingers Kids Club kit presented by UC Irvine. You'll automatically be entered for a chance to win great Ducks prizes as well. Visit wildwingerskidsclub.com today.
A good picture of Ben Lovejoy there. Lovejoy, by the way, is just past the 5-week mark in his rehabilitation stint. A big day for him today as they finally let him actually pass pucks. They've been letting him handle it. Today's the first day he was actually allowed by the medical staff to pass pucks, so he's getting close.
Bergeron hits the brakes behind the net, tries to stuff on the backhand, loose in front. Bergeron turns with it, blocked, still between the circles, and finally Cogliano strides away with it. Silverberg gets it deep, and Rask sweeps it away. Cogliano trying to center for Getzlaf off the bench, but that was denied. And Lindholm makes a short little pass to the captain into the middle of the ice. Matt Clark gets center red. Got it in deep. Rask seals that off. Perry knocks Seidenberg down. Clark tried to hold the point, but it's chipped past him, and the point support comes from Bolesky. Back to Getzlaf, who one hands it into the Boston zone, shakes off Campbell, and pulls away from him. Bolesky behind the net. For Perry, bad angle shot, and Rask stayed with him. Getzlaf to the line. Lindholm with a shot. Deflected, and it falls in front of Rask.
A little bit of chaos in front of both goaltenders. Let's go back to the opposite end. Bergeron, the attempted wraparound puck comes right back to him, and I think Devante Smith-Pelly actually blocks that attempt. Bruins attacking the net. Pasternak, the rookie, is darting in and out of open space.
Pasternak is exactly in the situation that Hampus Lindholm was in as the Ducks score right off the faceoff. Bolesky on a clean win from Getzlaf, and that's what the doctor ordered for Anaheim.
When you are hot, you are hot, and Bolesky is just on fire. He sets a new career high with his 12th goal of the season. He's got 5 in his last 7 games. Clean face-off win for Getzlaf. And that puck just sits right on the blade, and you can see he threads the needle in between Lucic and Seidenberg. I don't think Rask sees it until it is by him. What a shot.
And that, Brian, is the way we're accustomed to seeing Matt Bolesky score goals. This year he's gone to the front of the net, had a few go off his skate, go off his shin guard, tipped a couple of them in, but that great shot of his is the way we're used to seeing him score goals. And the Ducks right back to work in the Boston zone. They keep throwing it to the blue paint. Getzlaf along the near wall. Good job to keep possession, and Bolesky can't get it back to Brewer, who has to get on his horse. Soderberg finds the trailer, and one too many passes as Eriksson went behind Hamilton. 2-on-1 with the Ducks if they hurry. Getzlaf and Perry. Perry cuts to the middle, and he can't keep possession on that little jump move that worked for him earlier in the game.
Really well defended by Barkowski that time. He just got enough with the shoulder.
Fowler gets center red. Lifts it in. Rask sneaks it back. Palmieri held the wall, and now Bourque bumping with Trotman in the corner. Cycles it along. Kessler trying to get it to Palmieri, who was dumped. And now behind the play, Barkowski had a good hold on Kessler's stick. Ducks break up the Boston rush, and it's off the glass and out of play. The Ducks once trailed 1-0. Thanks to Matt Bolesky, their lead is now 3-1. 3 unanswered goals from the Ducks, and it's now 3-1 Anaheim.
There's been quite a momentum change in this game. Ever since the Marchand goal, the Ducks have outchanced the Bruins 9-2. They had been soundly outplayed to that point. One of those Bruins chances, by the way, of the 2 that they have had, was the Joe Morrow breakaway that was denied by Freddie Anderson.
The 2 hottest Ducks in the month of November with goals here tonight. Sammy Vatanen led the Ducks in scoring in November with 12 points. And Matt Bolesky led them in goal scoring with 6. They have sandwiched goals around a Devante Smith-Pelly marker, and it's 3-1 Anaheim. Smith-Pelly gets it in for Silverberg on his off wing. Curls back the trailers, Brewer, and that's blocked. Vatanen activates to keep the puck deep. Around for Cogliano. Tries to center, comes all the way across, and it's all Vatanen can do to keep it in as Marchand's all over it. Bruins gain center red, and there's a strange bounce off the stanchion right through the goal crease. Anderson careful to avoid it. Brewer up the middle, redirected in by Silverberg, and Maroon will get there first. Pat Maroon Leans hard on the stick as Torrey Krug can't get it away from it. Chips it along. Jackman from behind the net. Puts it right into the goal crease. Maroon had a swipe at the rebound. Paille knocked it away from Jackman. Puts it behind the net. Thompson pursues there. Held in by Jackman. Thompson hit the referee with it. Now Maroon has it. Pat Maroon spins off of one Bruin. And then Krug moves it away. Bruins are completely hemmed in their own zone here.
Ducks doing a good job. And they would love to wear down this Bruins defense a little bit more with a couple more tips just like that.
Paille's long shot is blocked by Matt Clark. Morrow plays it across, and it's Perry who blocks this one. He heads up ice and gets around Joe Morrow. Takes it behind the net, one hand on the stick as he fends off Morrow. Backhands it behind the net for Bolesky. Quickly to Getzlaf. Looks up. Open left point is Fowler. Takes the shot and just steers it around, keeping it deep. Manson holds it in. Bolesky behind the net gets to it. Again for Fowler. Again down low. It's Getzlaf. Seidenberg steps in. And now it's played off the glass and into the netting, out of play. The Bruins will get a change that way. But they spent a good minute plus in their own zone and never got out.
Yep, territorially, Anaheim doing what they want to do right now. Remember what I was saying about Boudreau and the grind game, getting pucks in deep, making the Bruins defensemen come all the way back, and then cycling it down low, wearing them down a little bit.
Face off to the left of Tuukka Rask. 23 saves on the night for him. Rask coming off a 35 save performance last Friday at the TD Garden in Boston in a 2-1 overtime win over Winnipeg. Anaheim offside. Considered an original six franchise, Brian, the Boston Bruins played their first NHL game 90 years ago today at what was called the Boston Arena in a 2-1 win over the Montreal Maroons. There are some who question the validity of original six, but the Bruins have been around a long time.
They have really built themselves a team that seems to be in the hunt every year. Pretty much ever since Peter Chiarelli took over as the general manager there.
Bouncing puck at Palmieri, showing off his athleticism, very nearly kept that in. Lindholm wires it around. The Bruins won a cup in 2010. They won a President's Trophy last year. They are always in the hunt. They lost in the Cup Finals 2 years ago to the Blackhawks. Palmieri slides it across, unable to get it out of the skates. Was Rennie Bourque. Ducks out shooting the Bruins 8-1 in the third. As Pasternak brings it in, cuts to the middle, gives it up. Bergeron throws it on net. Anderson with the save. Just the second he's been asked to make this period. We're almost halfway through. Krug holds one in. Finds Morrow off the bench. His wrist shot blocked in front by Vatanen. Anaheim has done a nice job blocking shots tonight.
It's that same punching technique again by Sami Vatanen. Anytime a defenseman wrists it from the blue line, those defensemen in front of the goal crease should be able to get in and block it. Boy, what an effort by Vatanen right there.
He lobs it back. Will it go far enough for icing? It will. So no changes for the Ducks. Vatanen was trying to get to the bench, and he'll turn back.
He's just so athletic. It's so darn quick. I love Bruce Boudreau. He gets pushed over top of the boards by Marchand, but then he wins the battle and wins the duel for the puck. Yes, he ices it. Boudreau takes a close look to make sure these players have enough energy left in the tank on this defensive zone faceoff.
Vatanen with his goal tonight now has 13 points in the last 13 games. Paille slides it across, and it's tipped in by Gagne. And the Bruins' fourth line gets a key goal.
Remember what I was saying about Eric Brewer playing man-on-man, and here with the Ducks, he's been asked to to change systems. Watch when this puck goes behind the net. Brewer hesitates, stays in front of the net, but then the Ducks don't get the backside support that Eric Brewer needs. Goes off the stick of Gagne and into the back of the net. Oh, what a pass. Great pass across onto the tape of Simon Gagne.
It was Paille who got it to him, a once two-time 40-goal scorer. Simon Gagne has his 600th career NHL point. And the Bruins have themselves back within a goal of 3-2. Perry strides deep after it. Seidenberg chops it away, bounces straight up in the air. Getzlaf couldn't get it as it ended up behind the Boston goal.
Funny game, isn't it? The Bruins dominate territorially the first half of the game, find themselves down 2-1. And the Ducks have been all over Boston here in the third period. The 3-1 lead, and then the Bruins counter right back on a rare scoring chance for them.
There is a long way to go. 9 minutes remains at Honda Center. Getzlaf trying to shake it loose from Bartkowski. Instead behind the net, Trotman rolls it ahead. Riley Smith out of Miami of Ohio can't get it into the Anaheim zone on a first try, but gets around Matt Clark on a second effort. Manson recovers as he hinges over to help out his defense partner. Now he's knocked down, and he just punches it out of the zone. Good second effort by Josh Manson.
There's going to be a lot of those battles for possession of pucks along the wall. The Bruins are a very good team along the boards.
Frazier dumps it in. Lindholm uses the boards and clears it right back. Joe Morrow just moves it softly up the left boards. Eriksson drops it back. Lucic gets it out of his skates. Milan Lucic throws it in front. It goes right through the goal crease. Krug is there for Lucic down low. This is where he's so hard to handle. He finds a man in a high slot. And Eriksson can't get it through. It's batted out of midair, and it rolls back into the Boston zone. Morrow converged upon. And Palmieri wins the puck and then goes careening into the end boards. Compliments of Milan Lucic. Boy, it is helter-skelter out there right now. Brewer is able to hold it in, and Rennie Bolt ran Morrow into the end glass.
Things are picking up right now. I mean, it is just a battle for positioning.
Lucic into the Anaheim zone. Dricks, high slot. Long wrist shot, misses everything. Silverberg wins the battle. Banks it off the wall, hit the linesman. Lucic and Kessler exchange how-do-you-dos. Puck rolled into the middle of the ice. Manson falls to one knee, steps back up and drives it hard around and in. Marchand puts it behind the net. Trotman moves it along. The Bruins will bring it out near side. Pasternak into the middle. Bergeron across the line, and his drop pass draws the mates offside. The Bruins have drawn back to within a goal. And the hitting is picking up at Honda Center. 3-2 Ducks. Just a shade under 7 minutes to go, third period. Rennie Bourque delivering a big hit on the last shift, and Anaheim carrying the play in the third period. But the teams have traded goals, Brian, here in the final frame.
And watch out for the Bruins defense. They will come.
Pasternak, the diminutive Czech, works hard in the corner to try to get it away from the much larger Josh Manson. And it's batted out of midair by Silverberg, but it'll go all the way down, icing the call.
Good battle along the boards. And Manson did a smart play there. He kind of ate the puck in the corner, used his body to protect it. Quick outs are what Bruce Boudreau is looking for here. What that means is when the puck is shot into Anaheim's territory, he wants his defenseman to get back quickly, make a lightning fast decision on what to do with the puck, and when in doubt, just rim it around the boards.
Bruins win a face-off. Long shot from the far point, misses everything. Torrey Krug, and as it squirts free, it's Cogliano. Gets center red, chips it deep. The rest of the mates have changed. He goes in on the forecheck. And Krug gets the legs going. The 5'9 defenseman out of Michigan State can't connect to Paille. And now throws it across. Fowler back to get it. The Bruins will change as they were offside. Getzlaf has time and space into the Boston zone. With speed, it's Perry, and he missed as he went high short side. Around it comes. And the Bruins will trickle it right back on net. Anderson forced to cover up. We will step aside one final time. Buckle your seatbelts. It's a one-goal game in Anaheim.
They're protecting a lead, emphasis on defensive zone faceoffs. Nate Thompson's won 4 out of 6 draws in the defensive zone tonight. The Ducks have won 13 of 19 against the Bruins with the battles that you're about to see. And Patrice Bergeron stepping in to oppose Thompson, the 3rd best faceoff man in the National Hockey League this season.
The Ducks, for the time being, without the services of Sammy Vatanen, who is not on the bench or on the ice. Marchand weaving, trying to get away from Brewer. Puts it back to the line. Dougie Hamilton with a high shot. Anderson saved it. Can't find the rebound, and Brewer ices it. Not a bad play there, as Anderson wasn't able to find that rebound.
Brewer still has his timeout that he can use, of course. Good play by Dougie Hamilton just to loft that puck into the crease area. All the chaos established in front of the goaltender Anderson.
Hamilton, the leading scoring defenseman for the Bruins this season, and he has an assist tonight. Seidenberg's shot blocked by Brewer, and he's in a little bit of distress in front as he gets back up. That went off his right skate. Hamilton slides it over. Seidenberg again. This one blocked by Thompson, and that took a bite out of him. He limps his way back into the middle of the ice. Bergeron out high. Playing catch with Seidenberg, who tries to get away from Getzlaf, who dislodges it, but Bergeron throws it to the net. Anderson was in a little bit of trouble. Hamilton one-times it wide. Lindholm puts it up on the glass and around. Hamilton will hold it in, but Perry blocks it out of the zone.
Good job by Perry. Gets that body up against the boards.
Ducks able to get one change at least as Bourque comes on, and then Hamilton whips it wide. Seidenberg, high slot, that's blocked. Everybody giving up the body. Pasternak from behind the net. Gives it to Marchand, and his pass across. Perry's without a stick as Soderberg was dumped in front. Hamilton gives it up, jumps into the middle. Seidenberg at the line. Pass hops off the stick of Soderberg. He brings it high in the zone, and then it's blocked by Getzlaf out to neutral ice. Boy, if you didn't know better, you'd think Boston had pulled the goaltender for the extra attacker here the last minute and a half.
They've been quick on pucks.
Ducks finally work it into the Boston zone. Kessler rolls it wide on the short side. Palmieri gets to it far hash. Trying to initiate contact was Kessler on Krug. It rolls right to the side of the net. Bourque is there! Oh! He must have hit the post. That's the only way it couldn't have gone in.
Unbelievable. What a chance for Rennie Bourque to salt this one away.
Around the boards, Eriksson plays it back. And now the Bruins want to change. 3.5 to go at Honda Center. Eriksson lobs it in. Fowler back to get it. Takes a strange bounce on him. He has to reverse it. Silverberg can't get it by Bartkowski at the line. He angles it off the end wall. Milan Lucic tries to bring it in front. Leaves it for Campbell. Brings it around to the near side, and then he gets dumped there by Manson. All the way around, Krug flips it to the net. Knocked down. Manson had it for a moment. Chopped away from him. And a save by Anderson on Lucic.
What a save. Boy, both goaltenders absolutely sensational in this game. This is a bang-bang play for the Bruins. Lucic on the doorstep can't elevate the shot. And Freddie Anderson takes away the bottom of the net. But just prior to that, Tuukka Rask bailed out there by Seidenberg, but it was Rask on the rebound. Here's another look. First save by Rask, second one by Seidenberg, third save by the shoulder of the Bruin netminder.
Rennie Bourque still seeking his first goal as a Duck. He is as interested as anyone looking up at the diamond vision above center ice to see how it stayed out. Thompson had it for a moment but couldn't clear. Now it's Gagne below the goal line with Campbell. And he throws it across, and it's in and out of the glove of Anderson. Boy, Claude Julien really trusting his fourth line here. They got the goal to get him back within one. He's got him out there late in a one-goal game trying to get the equalizer. Kessler all the way behind the net. Thompson gets it to the net. Rask sticks it behind the goal, and there is Maroon. Got it in front. Came across to Maroon, and he just tried to hook it back. Fowler holds it in. Maroon again from below the goal line where he's so good. And Manson tried to slide it across. Didn't get much on it. Got lucky. Fowler's able to lift it back. We'll keep an eye on Rask now as there's only 2:10 left. Fraser got it into the Anaheim zone. Manson pulls it off the boards. His cross-ice pass went off the leg of Smith. Ducks get a second chance and do clear. The smart play by Perry, just get it deep. Off the stick of Rask, nearly left it there as Bolesky stepped in. Now Getzlaf does get it. Back for Bolesky. Perry patrols the front of the net. He can't get it to him on a first try. Krug broke it up. Hoisted up the middle, kept in. Bolesky knocked down. And now Seidenberg turns with only 90 seconds left.
Yeah, good pressure by the Ducks' big line. They force the Bruins to play with the puck deep in their own end.
Boston gets changes, but again, they're forced to regroup. Only a minute 20 remains. Seidenberg plays it across. Now there goes Rask to the bench as they get it deep. Anderson moves it along. Near side, Pasternak kept it in. The net is empty at the other end. Boston has 6 attackers. Lucic misfires as he tries to go hard around. In comes Trotman all the way from the point to hold it in under a minute to go. Bruins throw it to the net. It bounces straight up in the air. Marchand has it again. Trotman across for Hamilton. Back for Trotman. Wrist shot. Blockered away by Anderson as he stepped out. Bruins get it back. Hamilton's shot is blocked. Loose in the near circle. Lucic comes up with it. Again for Hamilton. Pass across, partially broken up. Marchand again to the point. Trotman across, 30 seconds left. Hamilton gives it back. High slot, Bergeron. Pasternak's shot is blocked. And out of play off of Manson.
Well, good play by Josh Manson, who gets down into that shooting lane. An old-time goalie there. Stacks the pads. Right here. And comes up with the catching glove, too. He might have got a piece of that puck. Just enough to tip it over top of the net and out of play.
Stay with us immediately following the conclusion of this one tonight at Honda Center. It's Ducks Live brought to you by Mazda. As we will look back on this one and look ahead as well as listen to the response from out of the locker rooms from players and coaches alike.
Bruce Boudreau barking out some last-minute instructions. Anaheim's done a good job here under pressure, John, staying inside of the Bruins and trying to cut off those passes through the middle of the ice. Give them the perimeter pass. 13 block shots as well by the Ducks so far in this third period, and I got a feeling there might be a couple of more added to that total if they're going to be able to protect this lead.
26.7 seconds. The net empty at the other end. And again, the always important defensive zone faceoffs. The Bruins have won the last 3.
Yep. And Bergeron has beaten Getzlaf. And that's why I think Kessler is going to come over to try and take this draw.
They're on their feet at Honda Center. Kessler wins it to the boards. Fowler nudges it ahead. Kessler off the high glass. And it went off the glove of Hamilton, so it won't go far enough for icing. Now just 15 seconds left. Marchand into the middle of the ice, across the line, tries to get it to the net, just wide. Bergeron holds it in, throws it to the net, blocked by Getzlaf, who sweeps it the length of the ice, wide of the empty net. Kessler tripped up as they call icing, but the clock says zeros. And I think they're telling the teams to stay on the benches. Yep. They're going to revisit the time.
Yeah, there's a little time left. Remember, the linesman will blow the icing as soon as the first player gets to the hash marks now. They don't have to get all the way back to the goal line to touch the puck. So it's 1.1 second remaining on the clock. Not a lot of time to pull this one back. I think Bergeron's going to try and push this forward.
1.3 is now the time on the clock. So Getzlaf will step in a purely defensive role here, and I think the Bruins are going to use their timeout.
Paul Julian looks at his players. They're kind of huffing and puffing out there. He knows that the chances are slim, but Joe Sacco is going to diagram a play. Former Mighty Duck of Anaheim, one of the originals, former Colorado Avalanche head coach, now an assistant with the Bruins. Trent Yawney talking to his crew. There's going to be an awful lot of bodies and lanes if the Bruins win this face-off, that's for sure.
Over 16,400 on hand for a rare Monday night affair at Honda Center. They've seen a good hockey game.
They sure have.
Frederik Andersen, 32 saves to this point. 1.3 seconds left in regulation. The Ducks lead 3-2. The face-off to the left of the Anaheim goal. Getzlaf and Kessler both out there just in case. Getzlaf to oppose Bergeron on the draw. Getzlaf wins it to the corner. Bergeron throws it off the side of the net as the horn sounds. And this one is over. The Ducks have bounced back from a difficult weekend. And Frederik Andersen, our player of the game with those 32 saves tonight, our Land Rover player of the game with his 11th win of the season.
Boy, he was great when they needed him at the first part of this hockey game. First 30 minutes, if not for Freddie Andersen, the Bruins are up by probably 3. When he gave him a chance, kept him alive, the Ducks played a real good second half of the hockey game tonight. And they will go home with a hard-earned 2 points against a pretty darn good hockey team.
So our final score tonight at Honda Center, the Anaheim Ducks 3 and the Boston Bruins